Production.
What is poppin'? Let's take a look at DeFi Technologies stock here. We're going to get a little technical analysis breakdown. So when I'm looking at this stock, right, first thing I look at is the 21 EMA on a weekly time frame. And why I look at that first is because it gives me a good indication of like what is the trend right now currently happening. And it's telling us that it's an uptrend, and we could use that the 21 as support. Right, so we have a extremely strong move, and we come in and retest the 21 multiple times as we coil tighter in between 0.8 and 0.5. And then we get this strong breakout push on volume to kind of signal that this wants to go higher. But again, we break out, and now what's happening is we're retesting this zone. So let's take a further look at this on a daily time frame and try to get an idea of what's happening. Right, so large volume coming in on 4 consecutive days, and now we're slowly starting to consolidate sideways. What's happening here is it looks like we're developing some sort of channel to the downside. What's positive is that it's leading us to our previous resistance area, right? So this zone, we just broke out of it. We're slowly curling back to retest, make sure it acts as support before we continue higher. And that's what I see from a technical perspective. So we could see something like this occur where we retest this zone in some sort of clean consolidating pattern, which happens to be a channel right now. And what we want to look for is just like on the weekly time frame here, we see all these wicks coming from lower prices. That's indicating that the buyers are strong in this scenario, which is another indication of demand increasing, right? So what we want to see is on a daily and 2-day and a weekly time frame, we want to see these wicks slowly start to develop as we create this higher low, or as we retest this previous resistance area. So everything, in my opinion, looks fine with DeFi. I know it could be probably frustrating because you just seen it break out, hit almost $1, but what we could see now is some sideways action in between our previous breakout, so around 0.7 and $1, where we play sideways before we get the move to the upside, right? That's another potential scenario that could happen. What we need to look forward to from like a fundamental perspective, say, are they following through with the products that they're releasing? Right. Also keep in mind that their Q1 report is going to be a lot stronger than their Q4 report from 2023. What we need to look forward to from their products is, are they continuing to open up more products that are enticing to investors, ETF products? They just recently opened a short Bitcoin ETF, which is just another way to play Bitcoin. I think that's a smart idea. I think they also launched their first, I think the first of its kind. It's a Bitcoin product that also creates yield, right? So you get paid in Bitcoin to hold your Bitcoin and almost like stake your Bitcoin with this product. I think that's a great idea, and I like what DeFi is trying to do when it comes to decentralized finance, and also how they're trying to create easier access to investors, right? Instead of going on chain and using all these different dexes and swapping your coins and doing that, you could play that sort of market through DeFi technologies. And I like that idea there. I think it's genius. So from a technical perspective, that's what I'm looking for. I think everything's looking fine so far. All we need to do is be patient in this zone and let this, right? Like this is a coiled spring and it's trying to break out, but right now I think this major candle is gonna, maybe it might be a little bit choppy in between this major candle here. That was our last kind of major downturn. So we might see a little bit of chop zone kind of trying to break up out of this range type of thing, right? Before we get the explosive move. So that's what I think the play is here on DeFi. Peace, guys.